of Myan. Myan is so youthful. People often mistake me as being the older sibling. Second disclaimer, I'm the black sheep of the family. I'm not a public speaker. I'm not one for musicals. I'm not one for singing. And I hope you can sort my husband out because he's like, what's wrong with you? Everyone in your Subrayan side of the family can play an instrument, they can sing. You can't do anything. So, good evening, family and friends. I'm so happy to see everyone, particularly my call-up table. It just so happened we all gravitated to that table. And as happy as I am to see everybody, I'm particularly happy to see Auntie Gail and Uncle Siva. We grew up with them. Myan and I spent a lot of time with them. So it's very good to be reunited with everybody. So many of you know Myan, the adult. Today I want to speak about Myan, growing up with him and our family. And there's another photo here. I chose two photos because Myan was a very protective brother, but the other photo I want to honor our parents. They always celebrated our birthdays. It was always a big deal. So there wasn't a year that our birthdays went by without some sort of celebration. So Myan and I grew up in a very happy home. We had our ups and downs, but generally we were a happy family. And when I say family, our family was not just a nuclear family, it was our extended family because our aunts, our uncles, our grandparents, our cousins, they were all part of our family. And in fact, I was actually reading an article where they said, back in the old days, now we older, we in that generation, we can say back in the day we didn't have friends. Our friends were our cousins. And part of the reason is our grandparents had so many children that at any given time, you always had someone in your age group. So if you walked into a function, there was the baby section, the toddler, the preschooler, so you always had someone to play with. And there was a safety and security in that because firstly, our parents knew the background of our friend, and they also had babysitters, ready-made babysitters. They didn't have to pay in. I remember my older cousins taking care of us. Sorry, Tava, I remember one occasion where I just cried and cried non-stop. She was so patient taking care of us. And at that time, our aunts and uncles disciplined us. It wasn't frowned upon. In fact, it was expected. So if you got a smack, it was no big deal. So nowadays when you listen to kids speak, they're going to the UK, they're going to Singapore. Our school holidays, we went to Myan, Chatsworth, Greenwood Park, and we had fun. Shellcross. It was fun to climb the trees and there were lots of the orthopedic surgeons were very busy at that time of year because someone was falling, breaking something. And as Tiggy mentioned, Myan's age group was Shamlan, Subhashan, Suren, Priven, Ageshan. So, as a little sister, I often emulated, as we all do, our older siblings. I wanted to be like Myan, and being the little irritating sister, I was often pushed out. But I did try to be like him, and I ended up with lots of injuries. Tiggy mentioned the ear. I actually have a deformed ear. Because when Myan and I were little, we shared a room, and to go to sleep, he used to hold my ear. So I'm not kidding, I really do have a misshaped ear. I would blindly follow Myan anywhere, so much so that I even got knocked by a car.
I wasn't driving.
He wasn't driving. But it just gave me, he was only 7 at the time, so I can't even blame him for that. But I remember just watching Myan cross the road, so I just went behind him, because that's what little sisters did. And this event, I have a scar above my eyebrow, that was from one of Myan's birthdays. I don't know if you remember. But we were building an outbuilding. Uncle Logan and Uncle Siva were busy with that. So at the base of if you remember our driveway in Palak, it was very long, very steep. And at the base of that were some blue stones and some sand. And I saw Myan with one of my cousins going down with his BMX. And I was like 3 or 4. I didn't realize that his bicycle had brakes. And then I took my tricycle up. And tricycles don't have brakes. So I went flying down the driveway, nothing to brake with. And I think I hit the blue stones and ended up falling on my face. And I couldn't find the photo, but there is a photo where you'll see me with a patch above my eye. And I remember getting hurt. Uncle Logan was there with his first aid kit. But typical Indian moms, my mom came out, instead of pacifying me and saying, or let me kiss and make it better. I got a hiding for being so stupid for flying down the driveway. Coming back to emulating Myan. Myan was an outstanding student at school. I don't know if it was class 1 or class 2 Myan, but our parents were called because they wanted to double promote you. But our parents declined. And again, being the youngest sibling, I used to watch Myan going off to school, and I wish I went to school. I didn't know any better. Once I got to school, I was like, what kind of torture is this? I'd rather go home. But we weren't spoiled growing up. Chocolates, cool drinks, chips, sweets, those were all things reserved for our birthdays. So instead, we had concentrated juices, the squeeze and drink, the red was the raspberry or the strawberry, and then there was the green, the cream soda. And that's what Myan took to school. And I so desperately wanted to be part of that environment. Myan, I don't know if you remember, but you actually used to keep a little bit of juice for me every day so I could drink it from your juice bottle. And whenever there was a party at school, this is how thoughtful he was as an older brother. He would bring me the chocolate to eat, and I'd be so excited to find that. Myan was also very popular in high school, so much so that people would come to me and be like, "Oh, you're Myan's sister, but he's so cool." Like, don't what happened to you. So, but you know, I was very proud of Myan. He was always very independent, very outgoing, very confident. And as I looked at photos from the past, I wish I had more time to save that so you could look at it. But it brought back so many memories. I looked at his 14th birthday, his 15th birthday, and it was so good to see so many people that are here now in those photos. And it's a reminder for us to celebrate life, to celebrate birthdays, because Myan, that was how many years ago? And now we're celebrating your 50th birthday. And that's how quickly time goes, and we are shortly to follow. So on behalf of Priyan and I wish you a very happy birthday, good health, joy, happiness. I want to thank Jolene for always standing by your side. I think as a sister, my main aim for you and my main wish for you is to always be happy, and Jolene has done that. She has been your support. And to your beautiful family, your daughters and your son, thank you as well, and all the best.